Hello, welcome back to R&R Survival. My name's Lloyd, and today I'd like to talk about some fire techniques I'm going to teach you guys how to use. And also, definitely want to touch base on different methods of making a fire. Definitely want to touch base on that because it's definitely different, say during the summer and in the winter time. Definitely to start up before winter, it definitely rains up here. So the ground is definitely saturated in water. The wood is also saturated in water. Some of this wood has basically been seasoned for a few years. Now, if it's put up and stocked in a wood pile, it'll burn really good. If it's not, and it's just you find some woods, that, and you go in and decide to make a fire. Sometimes you're not always going to get a fire started. You got different reasons for that. Saturation of water. The wood might be covered in snow. It'll take time for it to dry out. So getting a guaranteed fire is not always the case. You have your different forms of fire starting. I'll probably be using the Vincerian rod today. And just basically using some cotton balls saturated in petroleum jelly. Definitely want to touch base on the safety issue too. I saw some deers, that's why I'm kind of looking and just watching my environment, because I saw some deers earlier and definitely didn't get that on camera, but next time I definitely will. They just come up the mountain and heard me and took off. The only thing I saw was the back end of their tails. So to touch base on not only the fire techniques, but general survival. What it will take for you to survive in the woods for even a short period of time, let's say 24 hours. If you're going to do overnighter, you get stuck in the woods, you got lost, what do you do? It's getting dark, you have maybe an hour worth of daylight left. What do you do? Do you go ahead and just bunker down for the evening? Do you try to take off and go home, knowing you're lost? It also is good too to have two forms of compasses. I got one on my paracord bracelet, you can see. Okay, and I also have one on my tack pack as well. Don't want to move this camera phone is just basically sitting on top of my eye hook that I got my pack on. But basically, another form of a compass. It's more for maps, but it'll take you in your general direction as well. Don't have any maps of this area. I deal with the Beckley area, but not and it's geographical topical maps. I'll tell you, it's more of a topical map of the Beckley area, but not of the Sophia area. Pretty much my mapping is basically going into the woods and mapping it myself, based on location and landmarks. So that's what I do. I jot it down on some paper, my coordinates. Also, it's good to know what direction you're going into the woods. Generally, if you're going northwest or south, or if you're going north and your direction's changed to northwest, that's the opposite direction you'll be taking to get back to the spot you left from. So, and this is just basically just tips like this for knowledge on how to make you more successful in a survival scenario. You're in the woods, you went hiking that day, you're not familiar with the woods, first time you've been there. So what do you do if you get lost and you spend hours trying to find your way back to where you were, or to your car, and you can't find it? What do you do? And you spend all day looking for it, and you got maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of daylight. What do you do? My suggestion is, if you don't have cell phone coverage, is if you do, call somebody. Say, hey, I'm out in the woods, I don't know where the heck I'm at. I don't have any of my stuff, I don't have a compass, I don't have anything. What do you do? The first thing I would do is try to find what my resources are. It being firewood, it being deciding if I'm going to make a shelter that night. You can make a shelter without a tarp. I see a lot of YouTube videos showing that they always have tarps. I see a lot of guys using tarps. And what happens if you don't have one? How could you build a shelter? And if it starts getting cold, you decide you want to go for a hike. And just because it's cold don't mean you can't hike. A lot of people do it all the time. And the number one killer in survival or in any kind of nature scenario is the elements. They'll kill you faster than anything, even predators. I'm not really worried about predators because they're doing their own little thing. The bears are pretty much getting ready to start their hibernation if they already haven't. The coyotes are pretty much hunkered down. Besides, and that's one thing about coyotes, they are predatory nocturnal hunters, and they're pack hunters. So the one thing we do need to worry about in West Virginia is coyotes. But normally they are not as aggressive when they're by themselves. During the day you might see a coyote or two, but loud noises and will discourage them from coming near you. They don't like loud noises, and they are definitely scared of and afraid of gunshots. So, and yeah, and I didn't carry my my sidearm today, so I just got my Harbor Freight survival knife that I did all the mods to. If you want to check that out in my other videos, definitely check them out. Also, I did a video on the sling bow. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on, so definitely check that out. So without further ado, I'm going to stop this video, and this is going to be a videos of videos. It'll be a series on different forms of fire starting techniques. And it's, I'm not an expert. I never claim to be. I'm just a guy who loves to, get out in the woods. Some of this stuff, a lot of this stuff, I've learned on YouTube. I'm one of these YouTube channeler guys that love watching YouTube and love survival, love the woods. Wanted to basically start my own channel so I can, give back. And, because I love to teach. Not a teacher. So I'm just a guy who loves to learn and to teach what I've learned. Big believer on discouragement is my best friend. I'll tell you why. Had somebody told me, my YouTube channel will never be successful, and you only have 2 views, or you only have 400 views, and it's been a month ago. And I'm like, well, sometimes it takes some time. But when people tell me I can't do something, that gives me more encouragement to do it. You might want to say that's kind of a rebel aspect, but I just want to touch base. Don't let anybody discourage you. Creativity is very powerful. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do. I don't care what anybody says. So here's a little bit of words of wisdom. But definitely want to have a successful YouTube channel. If I don't, it happens. That's life. So you guys have a great one, and stay tuned for the next video. Will be the actual starting the fire. So stay tuned, and don't forget, recycle, reduce, and reuse. This is Lloyd signing off on another episode of R&R Survival. Y'all have a great day.